How long does it take until the narcissist feels your loss once they've discarded you? Or do they even feel your loss? These are questions people wonder after a relationship with a narcissist has ended because the ending is often so brutal, so indifferent, at least from their perspective, that it seems they don't care. It seems you mean nothing to them, like you're an object of no value. That's how people feel once and when the narcissist is breaking up or discarding you. But does the narcissist ever feel the loss of somebody who they discarded or somebody who they pushed away? And not always. The answer is not always, but often they do. And it depends mainly on how the discarded person reacts and whether or not they manage to move on. Narcissists only feel the loss of someone who they've ended a relationship with once they've actually lost the person. Because a lot of times when the narcissist ends the relationship, when they discard you, they still haven't lost you. Because if you're still wanting them back, if you're still a prisoner of the trauma bond, if you still have that unwielding, energetic attachment towards them, then even if they're not in your physical vicinity and you're not physically interacting with them, they haven't lost you because you're still supplying them when you're in that state. If the trauma bond has a severe grip on you, if the energetic attachment is basically guiding your day to day motions and activities, if you're craving them back so much that it consumes you and makes everything else seem insignificant, then you are still channeling your essence towards them. You're still supplying them, and they pick up on cues, they pick up on the subtle crosswaves of what's going on in your mind, what's going on in yourself. Because narcissists, in their mind, they firmly believe that they can get you back when they want you. When they discard you, there's two things that it's not always a conscious thought, but it tends to be a subconscious feeling. And those are A, they don't really see any value in you at the point they're discarding you. And B, part of them thinks, if they wanted you back one day, you'd probably allow them to come back because they're the ones who discarded you. You still wanted the relationship. And it really is when you're no longer in that state where you're leaking your energy towards them, where the trauma bond just embraces you. It's when you're no longer supplying them. And then they catch drifts of a different crosswave, which is you're moving on. And then they start to doubt if they could ever get you back. And when you kind of shift into that state, you're no longer supplying them. They feel the supply, which you used to provide, drying up. And then they start to doubt if they could ever get you back. And then they so often start to see value in you again if you're moving on. It's when you stop supplying them after the discard, and it's when you're moving on and become indifferent towards them, which in turn makes your value higher in their eyes. That's where they start to feel your loss. And that's where they start to miss what you once provided. Maybe it's your nurturing personality, how you prioritize them, you just maybe did everything for them. And now they're unsure whether they could ever have that all back. Because chances are they're not going to find somebody, at least not anytime soon, who provided as much as you did. And now when they're in that doubtful mindset and they start thinking again of the supply they wish they could get from you, but now you're a scarce resource. They can't just have you when they want you. That's what often causes them to start valuing you again in their minds, and to start seeing you as the prize again. And that's so common with narcissists. They discard people, okay? And most people they discard never fully recover, or at least take, a long time to recover. They're kind of in that harem garage in the back burner, and the narcissist feels they can get the person back whenever they want. But um, when they discard people, and the people don't really sit in the back burner, don't really sit in the harem the way the narcissist wants, you're no longer their trash. Once you stop once you stop playing the role of the narcissist trash, you become their prize again. And it's when the narcissist falls into that space that so often they start becoming so well behaved again. They start becoming a warm person again on the surface. And they often come with that Hoover. It can be hard to resist because they're trying to get you to warm up to them again. If they have the courage to face you, that is. But if they do have the courage to face you, and if they do have the guts to take the move to get back in touch with you, they'll try to make you remember all the best moments of your past. And they make sure of it, and they really kind of massage those good thoughts and memories so that you really think about them. But obviously the good behavior of the narcissist, if they do try to come back, it doesn't last forever. It doesn't even last very long. And what I mean by that is, if the narcissist tries to get back in your good graces, if you entertain them, if you accept them back, then you soon see, their mask soon falls again. They go back into the same negative abuse cycles, and it tends to be worse the second time. Or maybe you don't accept them back. Maybe you don't give them that chance. Maybe over a long period of time, you make them realize that you are out of reach and that they can't have you back. You, the old trash, the new prize, they just can't get you back. It's a long realization. If the narcissist wants a former supply back and they're unable to get that person back, it's a long process for them to actually accept that. And once they do accept that, once they do realize they're not going to get you back, that also causes them to have a shift in heart, a shift in their behavior, and the way they act towards you and other people. It's a really significant shift that they have when they realize they can't have you back. Thanks for watching.